we're going to give it a couple of more seconds, Leanna, and then we can actually make a really good start. And I'll keep on hitting admit button. So anyone who's got the right to admit, do admit others, and we can tell them off for being late to this.
No problem.
Yeah, should we make a slow start?
Where's my folio?
Right, Leanna,
can you hear us now?
Yes.
we can, loud and clear.
Good. Sorry, I had you on mute.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the London and South East Zoom meeting. Not our usual way to communicate, but obviously the way forward. It seems to be the way that it's all happening now, but for those of you who are not used to it like me, welcome. If we lose you, try and find a way to come back to us. We'd really appreciate it. Hope you're all well and that hotels are starting to get back to some normality. I know it's really still tough out there, and every time we take a step forward, we think we're going to take, unfortunately, we take a step back. But anyway, what we're going to do this evening is we're going to have an interesting hour. It's going to be informative and it's going to be fun. And we have a fantastic facilitator, Joe, who I'm going to hand you over to in a second, who's going to be looking after us for this hour. Stay with us right till the very end because there's lots of things to come. And please enjoy yourselves, sit back, have a drink, and I'll catch up with you right at the end. So I'm going to hand you over to Joe.
Now you should be very, very worried because Leanna said this is the kind of a meeting where we all have a little bit of drink. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is get your drinks out, get yourself settled, if you don't mind.
Try not to
now,
on camera.
Especially if you're getting a background noise. So if someone's not on mute. Perfect, thank you. So what's really important is that we do have fun and we learn.
Have you tried turning the volume up? I don't know where the volume is on this.
Someone's right. So let me induct you into this meeting. Let's start with housekeeping first. We love talking to you and we would like you to talk back to us. Point of these meetings, so feel free to sort of unmute yourself and chat to us and ask questions. But if you're not talking, mute yourself because there's a lot of background noise coming. So we do want a lot of interaction, but to make it work for everyone, try and be on mute to start off with. So welcome to UKHA monthly meeting, London and South East. Leanna, thank you for a lovely welcome. What's really important is that you take this opportunity to sort of catch up and make it as real as it would be if we were all in the same room. Tonight we have a couple of functions that you should be definitely using if you're on the call with us. One of them is a chat function. So if you look into the chat, you can see that Carrie's already said hello to everyone. So and told you off for not being on mute. Yeah,
so F1
if you want to tell us a little bit about you know, what you think about the speakers, what you think about the topic, feel free to do that. So that's the first bit. The second bit is the Q&A function. So feel free that in the chat to actually post any questions.
I can't get any yeah, don't worry, darling. I'll have to. Oh, this is not annoying. This is not
Christina,
funny.
could you put yourself on mute?
No, I can't understand what's it works fine on my iPad.
Oh, does it?
Okay. I've muted you now and don't press anything from now, if that's okay. Brilliant. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat and both Carrie and I will be looking at those and posing them to our amazing speakers. So tonight we have Chris Davis from Rubbermaid, who's going to be telling us all about some of the developments they've had in their organization. So Chris, would you mind unmuting yourself and introduce yourself and your colleague, please?
Hi folks, yes, Chris and Paul from Rubbermaid Commercial Products. I think quite a lot of you have hopefully met me in the past at some of the shared knowledge days and some of the events. So hello to those that know me and hello to those that don't. But yeah, we just Rubbermaid Commercial Products. We supply a lot of cleaning products, housekeeping carts, hand sanitizer, lots of things into the hotel industry. And
Chris, we're really looking forward to hearing about the product development, really, because that's the bit that Chris is going to be talking to us about tonight, and how they come up with new ideas and how they move things forward. And then we have Craig Prentice from Mum. Craig, would you mind unmuting yourself and telling us, well, just hi and a little bit about yourself, please?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm Craig Prentice. I'm the founder of Mum. Mum's a talent partner for the hospitality industry. So recruitment, management level, across all areas of the industry. And then this year, recruitment's been a little bit quiet. So I've been focusing on some wellbeing initiatives, which I'm going to talk to you about tonight. The main one being Now Pause.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you, Craig, and we're really looking forward to hearing about that and sort of Walk for Calm that is currently trending and that is really relevant for Hospitality Action and Calm. And we're also going to have a short input from Jim Wilkinson from Essity, and I hope I'm saying that properly. Jim, would you mind unmuting yourself and saying hello to everyone?
Yep, hi everyone. I'm Jim from Essity, the professional hygiene brand. You'll know very well, no doubt, is Tork, T-O-R-K, toilet paper, hand towels, tissues, and the like. So yeah, looking forward to having literally 60 seconds at the end of the meeting.
Now, when people say that, I'm going to start timing you. So if it's anything longer, that's it. You know, you've got to do something for the next meeting where, you know, maybe donate a raffle prize or something if you go over those 60 seconds. We'll give you a bit longer. We'll have more questions for you. And towards the end of this chat, I'm also going to be introducing to you what we discussed last time and what you asked us of, which is the transition support workshops. Which are all about support for those who have been made redundant, and we're bringing those to the forefront in December, and we'll share a bit more information. So that's our agenda for tonight. We've left the best bit for last, so I'm going to ask you for a bit of activity now, okay? So I would like all of you to go and grab your mask. So go and grab a mask. You will need a mask, yeah? Not that we like them, but there we go. Liana's got a mask. I've got a very, very high-tech way of doing the raffle prize tonight. I don't know whether you can see my high-tech way. I'll wait for everyone to come back. Yeah, so my high-tech way of doing the raffle prize is that I am going to be actually spinning a pen. I will be spinning a pen. And I don't know whether you remember when you go to events, you've got like, you know, stand up, stand down, put your head on the, you know, put your hand on your head or whatever it is. Well, we're going to do a mask on, mask off. And those who stay with mask on or off, the last 5, will get the raffle prizes. And the raffle prizes tonight are £50 vouchers. There's 5 £50 vouchers for Love to Shop vouchers that Rubbermaid and Chris and Paul are going to be handing out. So 5 of you, you don't need a mask right now, by the way, you just need it for the raffle, but thank you for indulging me. Absolutely adore you. So we're going to start this by actually handing over the floor to Chris and Paul from Rubbermaid. They have a bit of a presentation, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and hopefully you should be able to see the presentation. So Chris, if you don't mind starting us off, and I'll sort of scroll through your presentation when you say next, if that's okay.
Yep, no worries. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, hi, hello again, folks. Yeah, basically today what we've come to talk about is we're not here to do a sales pitch, and I know that that's something in the UKHA meetings that we never want to be doing. Obviously, we are 2 cheap-suited salespeople. We hold our hands up to that, but today is really to talk about how we go about developing products and give you a bit of a background, because a lot of the time I think yourselves working with our products, sometimes you probably think, who designed this? How was it designed? Because you probably got a lot of better ideas than we do. And so for today, what we want to try and do is get some feedback. I know it's not the easiest platform to do that, but really just to try and understand how we go about looking at designing a product. So we've got a few things coming out next year and into the future past that as well, where things like housekeeping carts, bedroom recycling bins which hopefully when they come out, you'll see that there's sort of thought processes going behind it, and how our development team in the US also involve hotels within the UK. For example, we've had people come over last year and spend 2 weeks over here going around hotels just to see how we operate in the UK differently from the US. So yeah, so we talk about innovation. Like Joe mentioned, if you've got any questions, feel free to shout out or type them out, and Joe can give us a shout. But yeah, we want to keep it interactive. We're also going to be doing a few polls in between a few slides. That's going to be new for me as well, so hopefully that's pretty easy, but I'm sure Joe's got that covered for us, and she'll run through that in a second. But
I'm trying really hard. We might have a qualitative poll by me asking questions, because it seems like Zoom has decided to crash on the poll side. But we'll work through it. So you just go through your presentation, and I will do the poll in a slightly different way than what I originally planned.
No worries. No, that's fine. So stick to the slide.
Hi guys, my name's Paul Kelly. I run Rubbermaid in the UK and Ireland. And firstly, thank you to the UKHA, but thank you for you guys for attending this evening. It's a busy slide, but it's quite a powerful slide. What we want to talk about today is how we design product. And we design product by listening to the end user. And our end user varies, it really does. But what we've noticed now and over the last 10 years is that sustainability has really, really become a driver in your guys' decision making. But not just in hotels, in universities, in shopping centres, in airports, the sort of places where our product is sold. And we see this, and this isn't a slide that we put together ourselves. This is a slide that's been put forward by people far more intelligent than myself. But the saying that sustainability is the sixth wave of innovation. And you can probably read some of the other waves going back to the 1750s and beyond, when things first started becoming mechanized. And then we discovered how to make steel, so we could do the railroads. And you can read the rest of those. But the rest of the end one is sustainability. And who's driving the need for sustainability? The answer is we are. Either ourselves, our children, our grandchildren are driving the need. And they're driving the need because everybody wants to do it and everybody understands we need to do it. It's not just David Attenborough and Greta Thunberg who want to save the world. We want to save the world because it's the world that we will pass on. And sustainability has grown gently over the last 10 years as a driver. But now we really see it's at a tipping point. And we know that during COVID, it's taken a bit of a backseat because we're concentrating on other things. But we at Rubbermaid already see that it's coming back. And there's various ways to look at sustainability. For us, it's how we manufacture our products. It's how long they last, how productive they are. Because we make products out of plastic, guys, and we're not going to step away from that. But if our product lasts 10 times longer than anybody else's, then that's a sustainable way of making it. And then also through the supply chain, how we recycle and things like that. But the last thing on this slide is that although the sustainability is the sixth wave, the other waves haven't gone away. We're still using trains, we're still using roads, we're still using electricity, and we will be going forward. And we see sustainability just being exactly the same. It'll be part of our DNA, it'll be part of our lifestyle. So Chris is just going to take you in now into the first product range that helps us do that, and that's about recycling within the room.
Yeah, so like Paul said, sustainability is a big focus for us all. And within hotels, we've got the thoughts about sustainability, and it's quite difficult because you've got a bedroom bin, you've got lots of waste coming into a room and being produced within a room of all different types. And then people want to be able to recycle, and you probably, hopefully, you tell me, is it something your guests you're sort of requiring from you? Because are they asking for recycling bins? Is this something your hotel is looking at? For us, we don't have a small recycling station, and they've got to be decorative. They've got to be attractive for the hotel environment. So you'll see on the slide there some concept designs. These are well off being built. We're nowhere near that. It's going to be second half of next year, if not the year after, that we bring these out. But really, it's having those conversations with like yourself to say, first off, is there a need for it? Is there a requirement from the customer? It's like, well, we see that there is. But also the practicalities of it. You see the top left-hand corner, you've got a 10-litre bin. All of a sudden, you put a divider in the middle. You've got 2 5 litres. How actually does one small bottle fit in there? It fills it up. Also, we've got to think about the practicalities of taking it out of the room. So this is where we just want to sort of have that feedback from yourselves and reach out to us. If you've got ideas or concepts, or you're thinking, I'm having these challenges, contact us and get us involved in that. And even like forums like today, or if you see us at future events, we want to be having these conversations, because this absolutely feeds back to our design team. Like I say, there's not someone just sitting in there inventing products and just pushing them out to the market. There's lots of the background work that goes in there. Down to the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see there's different shapes of bins. So they're going into how can we make it look good, but also increase capacity. And so those sort of questions for yourselves is there, first off, is there a need for recycling in the bedroom? And then how do we do it? Like I say, from actual physical bins within the room, then coming out to the transporting away, and then the sorting. So yeah, that's really where we're looking at. I would say this is going to be a long way off, but just gives you an idea of some of the new things that we're looking at.
Chris, it's really interesting. Just to give you some feedback, we already have 52% of the attendees vote, and it's a very interesting feedback on what you're saying, because 46% are saying that yes, recycling is important, but they're looking at ways to improve recycling effectiveness. So 46% of people are already, establishing that it can be done better, and they're looking at how to improve it. And 42% feel that they have effective recycling solutions, which is great. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. But it is about looking at how to move forward. But there is 13% of people where recycling, saying that recycling is not currently important in our hotel. How do you feel about that? How does that factor in your product design and moving forward with your products? I mean, any of this data. How would you use some of the data that people give you?
I think what it is, none of these figures surprise us, because a lot of people are doing the right thing and they're trying to recycle. But then, can we help and assist in that is where we're getting into, because it's not the fact that you do it, but what happens at the back of your building when the recycled waste that you've tried hard to do joins up. And that's what we look at now within the business. It's how we can join up the product to the whole flow of the recycling at the back of the house. So we partner with a lot of the waste collectors, people like Veolia and Biffa that you may well know, so that people are doing it, great, but people can always get better at it. And to the ones that aren't doing it at all, I don't think it's for bad reasons. It's just they're not doing it. But I think what you'll find over the coming years is that the guys walking through the front of your door and who are paying you, for the evening, they're going to start demanding it. And we're beginning to see that now. So none of the answers are as a surprise. What they do is they sort of firm up what we know already. So that's great.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for that. And would you like me to go to the next slide?
Yeah,
or
please,
do you want to explain some of the concepts that you have here further? Oh, there we go.
That one's not me. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is really looking at the housekeeping cart. Those that know Rubbermaid, we've had housekeeping carts for 25 years. And probably 10 years ago, we made our biggest innovation in changing it, where we changed it from grey to black. And that's a big change for us. Going into the future, we see that actually things do change, and there is needs around housekeeping carts, because we launched a quick cart, so the cart you can see behind us there, about 4 years ago, where a lot of people have gone to cartless solution, and we saw there was a gap in the market for that, where people had decided to take carts completely out their corridor, but then there was like moving their linen and their chemical supplies and the guest amenities, and it was taking 3 or 4 runs between each room, and the efficiency of the operators was going down. So by being able to put something in the quick cart, everything bar the linen, allowed them to go to room and improve that efficiency. But that's then taken us on to the next step of looking at housekeeping carts and the sort of the differences of what people want to look at, because you see some of the photos there and you see some of the challenges. And our colleagues that work in the US don't have the same challenges as us in the UK. We're in a London team meeting here. London, we are tight for space. Yeah, I've been in quite a lot of your housekeeping offices and had meetings with people, and we're sitting in a cupboard basically, and we can call it an office. It's a cupboard with a computer, and that's the same for your storage of your linen carts and your housekeeping carts. So space is at a premium. So we're looking at things. How can we be more effective with the space? What type of supplies? And things change, and the COVID has changed things as well, because you've got different supplies that you may need to take into there. You might be taking more cleaning equipment. It may be that you carry hand sanitizer on the cart. So those type of things. And it's not just when we design things, it shows you on there that this was our research team. They came across 10 different countries. So yeah, they got to fly around the world for a few months and spend lots of time going in and out to lots of lovely hotels and getting the feedback. Like I say, they came over to the UK. They spent 2 weeks here, went into loads of hotels with us. Potentially some of you may have been involved in that. And we were looking at what you currently use and just discussing and getting that feedback. And that type of feedback is vital for us when we're looking at the innovation. And you can see there sort of some of the background work that goes onto it. And just flick onto the next one, Joe.
Well, actually, before we go, oh, there we go. Feedback. Well, I'm getting some amazing feedback about the cart. So, Chris, I'll let you do this slide first, and then I'll tell you some of the information that we're getting live from housekeepers here, because I think you're going to find it quite interesting that we're actually inputting now into your design, aren't we? You know, we're making.
No, that's it. And this questions like this is great, because we'll be taking this back, and I'll be sending this this information back to the guys in the States with your feedback from this today. So yeah, you see the cart on the left there. That's not what it's going to look like by any means, but it just shows some of the ideas of actually having foldable parts of the cart, because storage is such an issue. That's probably something that's driven more from us in Europe than it was in the US. They've got tons of space. They want big things that can carry as much as they can. Actually, the storage space is at a premium. Things like bumpers. Like I say, bumpers probably weren't ever thought about a few years ago, but actually the higher end hotels, your wallpaper costs more than the carts. We had a visitor to one of our exhibitions. We'd done the Independent Hotel Show a couple of years ago. And one of the ladies walked across from talking to a wallpaper provider onto our stand and was talking about the cost of carts and things. And it was like, well, actually, the bumpers were the core thing, because their wallpaper was thousands of pounds a roll kind of thing. So there's that type of challenge as well. So it's not just the nuts and bolts of what it can carry. And I guess a lot of us want to be as efficient as we can and carry as much as we can, but there's other thought processes in there. So be interested to hear the feedback, Joe.
See, I particularly like the one in the right-hand corner, and a lot of the challenges that we have that we don't necessarily think, when you look at it as a management consultant, you look at, for example, the GDPR and carrying of the lists, and you know, lists being left on the trolley or you know, being left somewhere, and having an opportunity to actually store it somewhere where it's, you know, secure and sort of lockable. You know, I've heard one of the exec housekeepers talk about it, and I thought, this is brilliant. So let me give you some feedback. I'm going to actually end polling. 58% of you voted. Thank you so much. And it's really interesting to see that the capacity of the cart to comfortably fit all the linen, guest supplies and cleaning tools, 33% of you thought that that's the most important factor. 44% of the people thought the ergonomics of the cart, easy for housekeeping operatives to maneuver, is really important. So the ergonomics seems to be the one that makes all the difference. And only 15% thought that the size of the cart matters, and only 11% thought the aesthetics of the cart matters in the corridor. And I'm glad to hear that, because I can see a real need to sort of focus on the team members and room attendants, porters, and so forth and so on, because it's really important. But I also know that when it comes to the decision making, aesthetics sometimes wins, which is really an interesting. It's interesting that here housekeepers are really firmly saying our teams matter, and that's something that you need to think about. So really interesting, Paul. I will share results, and hopefully this will come out on the screens as well, so you guys can see. So, Chris, tell us a bit about the sanitizing, and I'll launch my next poll.
Right, this is when Chris said at the beginning, we're not here to sell you anything. Of course we are, guys. This is what we do. But sanitizer, we are a very big soap manufacturer. We're a big sanitizer manufacturer. And we're not really known for that in a lot of, you guys might think, Rubbermaid, they do soap, they do sanitizer. But what we do is we manufacture for other people as well. So you've got the gentleman from Essity on later. Essity buys a lot of soap off us and then sells it to other people. And but we do have our own branded version, and this goes into the innovation thing that I'm talking about as well. If you look at that dispenser on the top left, it's an automatic dispenser. We're not the only people who make those. We're really not. But we're the only one in the world that does what that dispenser does, and that works off light. It doesn't work off batteries. And again, that goes back to the sustainability theme. This is the one over my right shoulder here. So it's powered by the natural light within the building. So it doesn't need an external power source. It doesn't need batteries. And batteries are difficult to recycle. Batteries come with a cost, guys. But what we're also looking at doing now, and this is very hot because of COVID, we're looking at other products to bring out. And some of them, we see, hotels are going to be using sanitizer now, not just back of house, which they have done for a long time, but very much front of house. At the restaurant entrance, in the spa, obviously in reception. And we're designing other things that will be available in Q1 and Q2 next year, of different stands to go into reception areas, so that you can physically have it on the reception desk if you wish to. But that's more for the future. And the one in the top right there where it says crackling, that's crackling sanitizer, which you put it on your hands, you rub it into your hands, and it makes a noise until your hands are sanitized. Then you've finished the process. And is that a bit over the top? Possibly. But if you take that into education and teach kids how to wash their hands by using such a product, then it's clearly very now. So sanitizer, you guys have all done a great job over the last few months. You brought sanitizer into your hotel, you're using it. All we're saying, guys, is that we can save you money and we can give you a much better sustainability story. So at the end of this, after we've talked about the survey questions, Chris will share his details. If you want to speak to us about sanitizer and soap, or someone else within the hotel who makes the decision, please reach out to us, because we've got some very, very exciting products in this area, which are both ergonomic, but are sustainable, but will also magically save you money as well.
Well, Paul, I really hope that you work with majority of people here, because actually when I close the poll, what they're saying is that, and I'll share the results, 87% of people are currently happy with dispensers and products they're using.
Yeah.
Having said that, I love the crackling sanitizer, and I love the sustainability piece that comes with it. And I am the decision maker in my organization, and I would love that to be used in my training room. So I will be coming in touch. But I think what's really important, and what you brought to the forefront, is the innovation that comes with the concept, and the importance of sustainability, and actually recycling, and reminding ourselves that this is still an issue and a challenge, despite us having other priorities at this very point. And I think that's really important. Thank you so much for doing that. These are Chris's contact details, as we said. But Chris, anything else from you that you would like to share with us, or anything that we'll share the poll results, but also anyone has any questions for Chris or Paul?
For me, it's just thank you very much to everyone for taking your time out to listen to us. And like I say, it just wanted to let you know that your feedback is very much welcome, and it doesn't fall on deaf ears. So when you're telling us these issues that you're coming across, and that's what as a salesperson, a lot of the time is tell me your cleaning challenges, tell me what you're facing, and we can hopefully have something to solve it. And if we don't, we can give that feedback back, and it is vital that we get that.
Absolutely. And again, I do want to come back to what Delia is saying in the chat. The design for cleaning is crucial. it has been so long that we have been sort of getting on with things that we're given, and I think it's really high time for, you know, hotels to be designing, you know, housekeeping offices to be fit for purpose, housekeeping, you know, pantries, as we call them, or storage units to be fit for purpose. We design bars and back of house. Let's design housekeeping the way it should be to be efficient. And if we start with the carts and you know, I remember seeing in one of the hotels the Hoovers being trialed, the ones that you carry on your back. And they were so heavy that I was like, why would we ever do that when there's alternative options, and people are not pushing that innovation in our industry? So I think it's really important what you're doing, and thank you for you know, involving us in your design process. We'll share the poll details after this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Chris and Paul, any questions for Chris and Paul? Well done, thank you so much. Now we have Craig on. If we don't have any questions, we've got praise, and we've got the clap, even though we've all sort of muted ourselves. Craig, welcome to the talking part.
Thanks, Joe.
Craig, tell us a bit about Mum and what Mum does, and why did you call it Mum?
Well, I'm conscious of time, but Mum, essentially, I launched Mum, a talent partner for hospitality, looking after recruitment for various hospitality businesses last year. So last September we launched. Obviously, everything was building and going fantastically well until COVID hit in March. And then, as I said earlier, recruitment really for a lot of people went on hold and wasn't really a priority at all. So found myself, well, in quite challenging situations personally, having just launched a business and wanted to do something that would make a difference, I guess. And we're speaking to hundreds of people each week in dire circumstances, really stressful, a lot of anxiety, a lot of difficult individual situations. And I think it's fair to say, whilst everyone was experiencing COVID, everybody was experiencing it really uniquely and really differently, and sadly quite negatively. So it kind of got me thinking about what I could do to help. And without sounding like I've got all of the answers to everything, I really wanted to share something with the people of our industry that would help. And thanks, Joe. I spoke to a couple of friends who had previously had conversations with myself about relaxation and stress and meditation. And meditation to me has always been a bit of a woo-woo word, and one that I've stayed well clear of and never really contemplated until I went through a bit of a personal change about a change in circumstances about 1.5 years ago, through grief, actually. And I personally found relaxation techniques very, very helpful in quite anxious times, albeit personally, like I say, about 1.5 years ago. So I've always believed in the power of connections and bringing people together to help others. And I think in hospitality, we do that quite a lot. And in a very testing time, came up with the idea of Now Pause, which is essentially a series of, or a self-care toolkit featuring a series of free relaxation recordings or podcasts by a gentleman by the name of Andrew Johnson, who's been doing what he does for about 25 years, helping people relax, helping people sleep better, which I think a lot of people have really struggled with over the last 9 months. How to think more positive, how to think and get your mind into a better shape. And like I say, this kind of whole initiative is designed, or was designed, to be super simple and accessible for anyone to use. And the podcasts are pretty easy to access. They're on the website nowpause.org. They're also on SoundCloud, and they range from 5 minutes through to 20 minutes. and are just there to help people. And I think, well, Joe's tried it out a couple of times actually.
Well, it's really funny because again, for those of you who know me well, know that again, meditation is not my thing, and if I'm meditating, you have to be in the movement. So I'm all about moving. But today I finished writing a tender. It was a busy day. It was a stressful day, and actually I was looking forward to this moment because you guys are sort of the highlight of the month when I get to have fun and host something that is not work related, but is fun. And I was telling Craig that I was feeling really like I don't know how to relax, and he was like, "Funny that you tell me that. So why don't you try nail pause?" So for the first time, even though I have actually listened to it from a trainer point of view and recommended it to my apprentices, I was like, "This is really good. I want all my apprentices to be doing this." I did it for myself. And I've done the 9-minute relaxation one that tells you how to do it. And to be honest, I was really enjoying it. It's absolutely amazing. It does work. And the gentleman who actually speaks has a beautiful Scottish accent. So, it's just absolutely amazing. It got me there. So it's really worth trying it out. And Craig, you weren't here on our previous meeting, but on the previous meeting, there was a lot of discussion about again, mental health and well-being, and I think you being here to share something that is readily accessible really makes a difference. So Craig, you've got another amazing initiative that is actually even more relevant at today in the terms of call for action in some ways. And I'm going to just check whether you guys can see this. Can you see the Walk for Calm screen? Yeah. So Craig, tell us a bit about Walk for Calm.
Yeah. So kind of having worked on Now Pause and did that kind of in the early parts of lockdown and then over the summer, everybody knows there's a massive connection between mental health and sadly suicide. And I felt that there was a massive need to highlight the work of two amazing charities. One of them you will probably be more familiar with than the other. Hospitality Action, amazing charity, have done some tremendous things this year, helping people put, food on their table with £250 grants at any one time, through to, helplines, employee assistance programs, etc. And then you've got a campaign against living miserably, better known as Calm, who are a charity who campaign to end suicide. And sadly, the rates for suicide are going up. That's been significantly reported over recent months. There's naturally a massive link between everything that's going on at the moment, mental health and suicide. So what I wanted to do was just highlight these two brilliant charities and what they do, and Calm operate a helpline every evening from 5 till sort of late in the evening, which is not only a helpline but also a text chat service, which people can use if they find it if they're in a situation where they can't pick up the phone and have a conversation freely. They might be surrounded by family members, they might be in a relationship where it's difficult to talk, and so that chat facility is much easier. And absolutely vital, particularly at the moment. And Calm, in the first 6 months of COVID, actually managed to, through their work and through the helpline, actually can confidently say that they saved 250 lives or people from committing suicide, which I think is absolutely amazing.
Wow.
So this kind of was all coming around because of the whole mental health higher on the agenda, and I wanted to do something that was going to be quite significantly profiling both charities, but also raise some funds, however much we could. And as you can see, we're on 250% of our original target of 5,000.
That is absolutely amazing. £12,505, and it's if we have a look, and there is a poll, there is here a leaderboard. I just want to highlight Umbrella Training has been amazing. So I have to say that this has been the best experience in the last couple of months of fundraising, because I took a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old on a 5K walk. So if you don't think that deserves a donation, making a 2.5-year-old, there we go, and an 8.5-year-old walk 5K or be carried 5K, I don't know what. But again, Craig, you've done 20K. There's been a lot of people, there's amazing connections in hospitality industry, and everyone's trying to donate or do as much. So, what would you say to the people on this call? Should they donate? Should they join in? What should they do?
Well, I guess we've got the remainder of the week for you to walk or hop or skip or jump or dance through it, whatever you want to do. The idea is that we make it as fun as possible, and you walk or take part and take in whatever distance you want to. I guess that's so. If you're in a position to this week, please join in. I was about to say, actually, with the whole money side of things, people are challenged financially at the moment. So it was really important for us to get the balance right between the raising the profile of it, supporting it through sharing on LinkedIn, and please do share posts if you see them, as well as taking part and then donating. The donating part was kind of the third part to it. If you are in a position to, I think £8 alone for Calm allows them to operate the helpline for an hour, which is fantastic. And the good thing about this is that, a lot of charities, you're not quite too sure where the money goes. With Hospitality Action and Calm, this money is going directly to charities that are practically helping people in our industry and beyond. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Craig, for coming on board to talk about this. And I would like to make a call for action here, that for any one of you that has team members, you do share the information of Now Pause, because it's really relevant. I have personally shared it with all of my team and with all the apprentices that we have in umbrella training, as well as colleagues and friends and professional networks that I work in, because I feel it's relevant to support people. And also share the details of Calm and Hospitality Action, especially in these times, whether these are, your team members that you still have in the team, or team members that might have been made redundant, because this help, not everyone knows that there's help out there, and this is really relevant help. And for those of you who can, please feel free to go on to Just Giving and maybe donate, to this amazing cause, because it's great. And if you can join us until the 31st, and like you said, hop, skip, and walk and dance, or whatever you want, that would be absolutely amazing. Craig, thank you so much. This is an amazing, both of these are absolutely amazing. We really appreciate having someone to lead on this and to really bring it to the forefront.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for having me, everyone.
Absolute pleasure. Are there any questions for Craig or for myself, if anyone has, about mental health or well-being, or any other sources of support that you need for your teams? No? That means we've done a good job, Craig. We've given them everything they need. Right, we get to our star of the evening, someone who's in 60 seconds going to tell us everything about what they need to tell us. I'm putting the timer on. If it's not 60 seconds, in the next meeting, Jim is going to be doing the raffle, and I'm just joking. Jim Wilkinson, unmute yourself, come on board and tell us a little bit about what you wanted to present today.
Thank you, Joe. Well, Liana gave me 2 minutes at the start of the call, so at the very worst, it'll be between 1 and 2 minutes. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to make you aware of a couple of products we've brought to the UK at the request of our hotel group customers. Very, very simple stuff, as you'll see. Wrapped conventional toilet roll for guest bathrooms, available in 2 and 3 ply, and the hygienic wrapping just offers your guests the additional assurance that their safety has perhaps been front of mind when the room has been serviced. There you go, available 2 and 3 ply, I think I said. We've also brought into the professional hygiene division, consumer favourite, Handy Andy's tissues, 10 pack. Obviously, the traditional cube tissue boxes that you find in guest hotel rooms, bathrooms can have 80, 90, 100 tissues in them. That means they could stay in the room for as much as a week, maybe 2. Obvious issues with hygiene with that at the moment. So the people that have asked us to bring this into the assortment in professional hygiene are treating the product as a guest amenity to offer to guests to take away, and obviously reduce the potential risk of cross-contamination from a cardboard box in a guest room bathroom. So if anybody is interested, they are listed with the big national distributors and many of the regional ones as well. Please just drop me a note or let Liana know that you'd like me to get in touch, and I will set you up with your relevant distributor. That was it. How did I do?
Wow, that's it. I'll have you again next time. You know, short to the point. Any questions for Jim? Do you know what, Jim? I haven't thought about those. I haven't thought of. We've written the checklist for UKHA, and none of our checklists have we actually talked about the fact that we do have those tissues, and I wouldn't be able to say, you know, out to my clients whether they have kept them or not. So this is absolutely amazing to actually think about that, and it's one of those. I'm sure that the exec housekeepers have thought about it, but when we facilitated the discussions, we haven't actually touched on this, and I'm quite impressed. There we go. So guys, thank you so much for all of this. Jim, you have stayed true to your word. That was short and sharp, but we're still going to ask for those raffle prizes for our next meeting, so just so you know. So you know, if you want to have full 5 minutes, that's the next step, just so you know. So we are now at the point where actually I would like to tell you that we've listened to what you've said. We've really focused on trying to come back to you with things that were relevant from the last meeting, and bring Craig on board with the mental health and well-being advice. But also we have focused on trying to find a way for us to really support those of our colleagues that have been made redundant and that are struggling with finding new posts and finding new jobs. And what we hope to do is take that feedback on board from the last session, and we genuinely did, and we've set up the transition support workshops. These workshops are available to all UKHA members, all your teams, anyone in hospitality that wants to join. You can book them online, and I'm just sharing with you the the details of the booking page. So on the 1st of December, we will be running, I will be running, not we, I'm involved in this directly. I will be running Building a Winning CV workshop, where I will specifically focus on housekeepers and room attendants, housekeeper supervisors. You know, so really focus, how do we bring to the forefront what you've been doing in life? Because I remember one of you saying, I've been 17 years in this job, and you know, I haven't touched my CV for those 17 years. So let's touch those CVs and let's make them really relevant. On the 1st of December as well, in the afternoon, there will be a workshop on mastering meaningful connections using LinkedIn. So for those of you who are not LinkedIn experts, we will be working on that. On the 2nd of December, we'll be focusing on looking at interview techniques, so putting your best foot forward. So I will be talking you through how to interview like a pro and make sure that you get that position, you know, first time around. So people like Craig can really, you know, put you in front of those amazing employers, fingers crossed, and you get there. And the last workshop that I find is the most relevant is the transferable skills, the value of your hospitality experience. If you're not staying in hospitality and you're applying for a job elsewhere, and we really don't want that, but if that's the case for the next 6 months or however long, we will be teaching you how to build your CV and how to interview, to use your skills that you had as a head housekeeper, as a supervisor, as a room attendant, and how to actually sort of tweak those and present those in different industries. So I hope you join us for these. Again, these are available on Umbrella Training website under the booking sections. You do not need to pay for them, but our shop works in such a way that you need to click on it and it does show monies. You do not need to pay for it. Come and join us because it is interactive and hopefully it will make all the difference to you. We will make this available on UKHA website as well, so you can click there as well and log in from there. But for the moment, it's live on this particular on our website under the booking section. And again, the Carrie Adams says your skills are very transferable into social care settings, and that's one of the points that I will be making, and you know, the importance of making a functional CV rather than job role orientated CV. So we're definitely going to be looking at that. But having said that, we don't want people to be going out of housekeeping. We don't want people to be going out of hospitality. That is not what I'm going to be telling you in these sessions, but I'm also very conscious of the situation, and we will be supporting you to the best of our abilities to maybe find a temporary solutions, and then remember that you know, the hospitality industry and business partners have supported you in that, and come back when it's the time to come back. So this is hopefully for all of you to sort of share with your teams, and if you know people who have been made redundant, please feel free to drive them to these workshops, because they will be hopefully fun and relevant to them. Any questions about transition support workshops? No, we must be doing a super duper job because there is no questions tonight. Right, we get to the part of the day where I would like you to actually unmute yourself. Now this is where it's all going to go wrong. So just, you know, just unmute yourself so we can hear the hustle and bustle. Okay, you need your masks now. You need your mask, so get your mask out. Okay. Now I've told you this is all, yeah, it's all going to go wrong, but we're going to start it out, and at the end there's going to be 5 of you that is going to get, you know, a prize. Okay. So, highly technological raffle prize system. Okay. So this high technology consists of me having mask on and mask off. Okay.
Not yet.
What I want you to do now, what I would like you to do now is pick whether you're going to have a mask on or mask off. So put a mask on or keep it off. Okay? Choose what you're doing. You can't be halfway there. Okay? Tracy, I love your mask. Absolutely love your mask. It's absolutely amazing. You've got your choice. Okay? Do not move it because I'm taking screenshots. Okay? Carrie, can you help me out with this and make sure that you're moderating this, please, as well? Because yeah. Wow, Nicole, I love your mask. Right, ready? I'm now, right, I've twisted my pen, and now everyone who has mask on, you are staying switched on cameras because you're still in for the raffle prize. Anyone who has mask off,
They're out.
Everyone with masks off, you're out. Switch your cameras off. Switch your cameras off. Okay. Ready? Anyone now? Second round. You're still in for this, so you can still win the raffle prize. Yeah. I've got 2 pages, so I'm checking. Still in for this. Okay. Make your choice, guys. Make your choice now. Mask on or off. I'm taking my pen. Right. This is not good. Everyone with mask on. Everyone with mask off. Switch your cameras off. Mask off out.
Come on, guys.
Mask off out.
Okay.
Mask off
So
out.
masks off out. Switch your camera off. Don't go off the call. Just switch your camera off. Thank you. Right.
Angela, come on.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Not many people left. Not many people left. Right, make your choices, guys. Make your choices. Right, have you made your choices?
Keep it on.
Right, don't change your mind. I can see you. I'm watching you. I know that you yeah? Right, I'm twisting. Right, there you go. Everyone with masks off are staying. Masks off are out. Right. I'm sorry, guys. So switch your camera off if you had your mask on. Okay. Not many people left. How many people do we have left? Okay, well, still getting there. We only need 5, so we need to play until we get 5.
We
Okay.
were off, no? We are
Make-
mask on,
make
no
your
mask
choice.
off.
Make your choice. Right. Mask on or off? Nicole is going with off. Right. Anyone? Oh, Kelly's going with on. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm twirling. Everyone with mask on. You're staying. Masks off. Out. Masks off. Out. Right, switch your camera if you get a mask off.
There's only 2 of them.
Right. Then who's left? Who's left? Not many. So.
Three.
Oh.
Right, I have Nicole left, I have Jan left, Fernando's left, so still quite a few people. I think this is the round where we find out who's got £50 voucher. I'm a bit worried that Liana and Lorraine are still there. I'm feeling like there is a bit...
Nicole.
No mask, no mask. Just ignore us.
Right, okay, ready? Make your choice, make your choice. So Anna Marie is going with mask on. I love your mask. Kelly's sticking with her guns. Carrie's going with a mask. Nigel, I can't see what you're doing.
Come on, Kerry.
Right. Jan, mask off. Right, ready? It's not turning. Right, there we go. Everyone with masks off. You're in.
Oh
You're
no!
staying. Masks on, out. Masks on, out. So, Carrie, you're out. Anna Marie. Oh, there we go. Who's left? Oh my God. Angela, Kay, Liana, Lorraine.
Just ignore us.
We still have
Ignore
people.
us.
Am I ignoring you? You're not
Just say
playing.
we're out.
I'm ignoring you. Okay. Well, if I'm ignoring you, do I have to get 5 people or do I still play? No, I still play. There are still people. Fernanda? Yeah, you ready? Make your choice. Kay, make your choice now. Right? No, wait a second. That's 5 people. If I'm ignoring you, that's my 5 people. Angela?
No.
What do you know? You're saying? Angela, Patricia, Kay, and
Take me out.
I'm not taking it out. Jan
Yes.
and Fernanda, that's my 5 people. So you guys have actually won £50. Wait a second. Love to Shop vouchers that our amazing friends from Rubbermaid are going to be sending to you. So you need to, Carrie, you need to take the details. But Jan Flynn, Kay without the name, Fernanda Lewis, and the other people that are shouted, Patricia Hughes and Angela, I can't pronounce your second name. You guys are the winners of £50 vouchers. It's 2 minutes end of this call, and I think this went swimmingly, so I'm keeping this activity for next time. Yeah, mask on and mask off. The technology has worked for us tonight. Guys, I hope you've had a good fun. This was the last bit of the from me. Leanna, would you like to call the meeting to a close, please?
I would. Firstly, thank you very much to Joe. You've done a fantastic job as always. Thank you very much to our very lovely guest speakers for this evening. I hope you've all enjoyed it. We're looking forward to seeing you at our next one, and for future Zoom calls, stay on the website. We've got lots of information that goes on there. That's where you need to find out what we're up to. Wishing you all a very happy Halloween. Keep drinking. Look forward to seeing you all very soon, and lots of love and thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Nice to see you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.